and welcome to this week's vlog. So it's Saturday today, and today I am off to Yorkshire Wildlife Park to get some reference photos. So for those that are on my Patreon, you'll know that I've started using my own reference photos for all the tutorials, which just makes the work, that little bit more special. So let's go to Yorkshire Wildlife Park. I'll see you when we get there, and let's see what animals we can see today. As you can probably tell, the weather's not the best. It was meant to be nice out, but it's actually raining. The weather's meant to pick up later on, so yeah, let's hope it does warm up. But yeah, I'll see you when we get there. So I've just got home now from the Yorkshire Wildlife Park, and I'm going to go through all the photos that I've taken. I won't bore you with all the editing side of it this time, but let me know if that's something that you would like to see in future vlogs. But what I want to do is show you some of the photos that I cannot wait to do as tutorials. Obviously, throughout the day I've shown you videos of me being at the park, and some of the photos that I got at each of the animals. Which I'll probably do for myself, but some of these photos I've taken will become tutorials over on my Patreon, and that's something that I'm really excited for, because one of the things that I love to do is know that I've gone out, I've sourced photos for my Patreons that are one-offs, nobody else will be able to do them. As grateful as I am for like Unsplash and Pixabay, obviously there's some tutorials that a lot of us have all done, or a lot of photos that we've all done. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you these. So here's some of the photos that I've taken. So it is now Monday, and today I have done a live stream on TikTok. I always do one in the morning, and now I'm currently working on a piece for an exhibition. So yeah, let me tell you a bit more about that. So I'm currently creating a selection of works which is based around dogs. The exhibition I've been invited to participate in is all about the world of dogs. So I'm creating a body of works, about 6 pieces of dogs, whether they're full body, headshots, and these are going to be submitted to a gallery for the exhibition next year. So I've got a good couple of months to get these pieces done. So yeah, really excited to share these works with you and what I'm working on. So I've kind of decided on a group of pieces that I really want to showcase, sort of popular breeds, but also some of the less common breeds that maybe people haven't seen done in artwork. But the first piece is exploring colours that I absolutely love to draw, which is black fur and white fur. This dog is primarily white fur. He or she is full body. And yeah, I'm just going to do maybe a little bit of drawing now as I work on the white fur, and maybe explain to you how I have been creating the effect of white fur on white paper. I am working on this little French bulldog puppy. And you can see that the face is slowly coming together, but I'm working on this white fur here at the moment around the top part of the head, and at the moment all I'm doing is coming in with a coal grey one really nice and lightly as I do this, because I want this to look, as I've got over here, I've got the look of white fur against the white paper, and I want to keep that look kind of coming through. Now when it comes to drawing white fur, you really want to just take your time with it and just build it up nice and subtly. I try not to put too much pressure, especially with the greys, so I'm using a mixture of the coal greys and the warm greys, but I try not to put too much pressure down straight away, because you don't want it to look like a grey dog. We obviously want it to look like white fur. So you just, as I say, with white fur I really do take my time, and actually on my Patreon, November's Patreon tutorial is all about white fur. We're going to be drawing a Samoyed, which I'll include the photo because I've got her finished. So we're going to be drawing this gorgeous Samoyed on drafting film, so a little bit paper difference. This French Bulldog, I'm actually working on Fabriano Artistico hot press watercolour paper, so we're going to be using different paper for the Patreon tutorial. And the pencils that I'm using are the Faber-Castell Polychromos, the Caran d'Ache Luminance and the Caran d'Ache Pablos. I have also used one of the Derwent Lightfast, which was the Derwent, which one was it? Here it is. This is the Lightfast Derwent Midnight Black in the eyes for these kind of dark bluish, the darkest darks, but it's got a really nice kind of dark blue tone to it. Now what I'm doing at the moment is just coming across with the warm grey one over some of this cold grey tones, because he's definitely got kind of the bluish colour to his coat. But by coming in with the warm grey, and I've also used the ivory kind of along the top of the head, it's just adding in some of that warm tones which are coming from the lighting. So, and then again, as I say, I can take my ivory, and this ivory again is going to really bring in those nice warm tones. I'm being very light-handed with the ivory because obviously I've used the coal grey one, so I don't want this to go green, but if I use this very lightly, it's giving in this really nice warm tone. Being careful near that coal grey too, because it is a more blue toned here. But with the coal grey one, I found that the coal grey one and the ivory just add this really nice kind of base to the Frenchie head, especially, so that I can create this really nice warm tone within the coat. And then for those that have seen any of my tutorials, have followed my work before, you'll know that I really like to use the gold and the copper pencils, especially for white fur. They add like this kind of greyish tone without me having to go in and worry about the warm and the cold tones. So I'm just going to bring this in. Now when I use the gold and the copper, I make sure that I do draw over them with obviously the warm greys, so that if there is or any other colour pencil, it doesn't have to be the warm greys or the cold greys, but just another pencil, so that you are getting the any of that kind of shiny, shimmery bit kind of just dulls down when you go in with the other colours. For this one, I'm actually going to come in with the beige red, and maybe even the granite rose or the pink white from the luminance, because we have this nice pinkish tone coming over his eyes. So let me take the pink white. This is like a really nice baby pink tone. It's very, very subtle. Again, when I'm doing white fur, it's all about the subtleties. And you can see now that that just blends all of that together really nicely. But along the top of the eye here, we've got a bit more of like a cinnamon. So again, I can just come in work on that. Okay, and then maybe a bit of the warm grey too as well. By mixing those warms and the colds, I do find you get more of like a neutral grey tone, which just works really nicely. And then I'm going to go back to my cold grey one. I'm always making sure that this blends really nice and smoothly outwards. And then I'm gonna take, this is the Museum Acrowell white, but I could use like the Caran d'Ache white, the Derwent Drawing white, and I'm just gonna come in and really burnish almost. I'm not pressing super hard because I don't need to. I build up my layers so slowly and subtly that it does cover the tooth of the paper, as you can see. But coming in with this white, I'm then able to just soften that out a little bit more and just help with that transition. This is the Granite Rose, which is a bit more of a brighter pink than the pink white. And then again, just any details, I go back and forth, as you can tell, until I am 100% happy with how this is looking. So yeah, I am just going to keep going with this Frenchie. I don't actually know where I'm going to go next. I think I need to make a start on this ear. And I know in the last vlog I did a German Shepherd ear, which was basically the same kind of shape. So I will be following basically the technique that I did in that on this Frenchie ear. So we'll see if I can get that done today. I do have a lot of other work I have to get on with. I've got a commission to work on. I have to film for Patreon next month's tutorial, which is a gorgeous snow leopard. So yeah, later in the vlog I will definitely show this snow leopard because I'm so excited to teach that one to you all. The snow leopard was one that I got in my own reference photo of, and everybody voted on what they wanted to draw for the next tutorial, and Nubra the snow leopard won. So I've made a good start on her now. Very excited to launch her as a tutorial. But yeah, I am gonna keep going with this guy and I will come back to you when I've got a little bit more work done on his face. This is where I have got to with the little French bulldog who will be coming with me to the exhibition, and I am really loving this piece so far. White fur is obviously my very happy place, but you can see that I've now got that ear drawn in. His head is pretty much almost there. I do want to come back into this part of his face and actually kind of really build up that contrast and the shadows for that structure, that cheekbone structure, just a little bit more. But you can see there's lots of colours going in, and I'm now building up the depth within the shadow. So I really need to build up these darker shadows under his neck, because that will just help reinforce the fact that this is white fur, even though it's shadowed, and will help build up my values to make this look really hyper realistic. But yeah, I just thought I would show you this piece so far. Today is actually Tuesday now, and all I've done today is work on building up some of the neck around here, but it's had to be a bit of a chill day. Stuff has come up which has meant I've not been able to do too much work. So yeah, I will probably see you tomorrow where I will have more of a hopefully more of an arty day. I plan on doing some tutorial filming, so I will update you all tomorrow. Something as well that you may have seen is behind me here. I have done a little self-portrait, which I never ever thought I would do, but something I've wanted to do for a while is in my branding is to have my dog as well as me, the artist, kind of showcased with my stickers, business cards, etc. Now, I've always been so scared to draw my dog especially, but also a person. This is the first time I've drawn a person in coloured pencil, so Yeah, let me give you a close-up. Unfortunately, I didn't film any of the process of this. This was a project for me, did behind the scenes, and yeah, just didn't really focus on timings, filming. Just wanted to kind of work on it, because if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. But yeah, let me give you a close-up. So here's a closer look at this drawing. So the only thing that I would like to improve with this self-portrait is how smooth this skin is. It's not as smooth as I would like it to be, but obviously when I zoom out, it doesn't look terrible. But I will say it was very interesting drawing a person, trying to get the structure right. But the skills that I've learnt with drawing animals transferred over to drawing people. So it was all about getting, those shadows, following the shadows to build up the shapes. But yeah, maybe one day I'll do another one to see if I can get that smoother skin. I don't know if I will. It was very, very much out of my comfort zone drawing this piece. This is also the first time that I've drawn my dog in coloured pencils. I've always been scared to tackle his coat with his red tones. His coat changes colour all the time. But now that I've done it, I'm really glad that I've managed to do it. The texture of the scarf as well was really interesting to try and capture. But yeah, this is a little close-up of my self-portrait. I have not filmed for a couple of days, in all honesty. I've not really been up to much, so I've not felt like it would be an interesting content to film, but what I have been doing is just cracking on and getting pieces of work finished. And the first piece of work that I got finished is the French Bulldog puppy, which you saw earlier on in the video. This piece is, if I previously mentioned, is going to be for an exhibition. And I am so proud of how it's turned out. It's 12 by 16 inches, or A3 if you know the A sizes. And yeah, it just really shows how you can do white on white paper. My favourite colours to do. So yeah, let me just give you a look at this piece. I am actually, can you see it there? I'm just trying to do it without the glare. There you go. But yeah, I'm actually hoping to take this to my framers this weekend and get him framed so that he is protected straight away. There is a bit of a glare there. Actually, there we go. That's probably better without the glare. So yeah, I'm hoping to take him to my framers, get him framed. I will ask my framer if I can kind of film some of the process of us choosing a frame. Not quite sure what we'll go with. I usually go with like a black frame and it's got like a silver outline to it. But I'm not sure if the black will be a bit too overpowering with him being pure white. It might be that we look for something to bring out the pink tones. Or that we stick with the black and silver frame just because it is a really nice frame, or maybe we just go white because he is a white dog. But yeah, I will show you the choice anyway, if I can't film, of this piece. But I really hope you like him. I am so proud of how he turned out. And for anyone who is interested in learning how to do white fur on white paper, next month, so in November, next month on my Patreon, I'm actually doing a tutorial of a samoyed. I'll place it here. It's finished, all the videos are edited, so that will be uploaded next month. I've drawn that one on drafting film, so I'm really excited to launch that as a tutorial next month. And that will kind of give you an insight into how I do white fur on white paper. The French Bulldog, which I've just shown you, I did use like the Caran d'Ache Luminance, the Caran d'Ache Pablos, but the tutorial of the samoyed will be using just Faber-Castell Polychromos, but you can see we still get an amazing effect. But yeah, really pleased with that. So what I am going to do now, it's only 8:30 in the morning, but I'm up, the dog's been walked, so I'm actually going to get doing some filming of the snow leopard for Patreon. This is where I currently am with the snow leopard tutorial. So I took this reference photo myself at Chester Zoo. This is Nubra, their female snow leopard, and I was really lucky on this day because she came so close to the sort of front of the enclosure. She is known, or at the time was known, to kind of hide away and be sleeping a lot, but managed to get some amazing photos of her. But yeah, this is 2 hours work so far, so this is 2 parts. I split my Patreon tutorials into around an hour long each part, so some are a little shorter, some will be a little bit longer, but it's always around the hour mark. So yeah, in the next part, what I'm just about to get filming now is we're actually going to work on this ear. I want to get the ear drawn in, if I can do the little bit of top of her head, because once this ear is in, we're actually going to get the second eye in, and then kind of just join all the face together. So yeah, I'm going to zoom us in now and get started with the filming. So I will show you this piece once I've filmed it in an hour. So now that I've finished filming for Patreon, whilst I have the camera out and I am filming, I'm now going to be working on a piece for an exhibition that I've been invited to. So the exhibition is all about dogs. So I'm creating a new body of works where they are different dog breeds that I can then take along next year to this exhibit. So the breed I'm working on at the moment is a St. Bernard. I just think they're gorgeous dogs. They have such smushable faces. And I thought this would be a really nice breed to draw. I've actually just finished, which I've just shown you, that French Bulldog. So I thought doing a kind of a little dog and a big dog would be quite fun. I've also been quite, I guess, quite funny. I don't know if funny is the word, but obviously I did the French Bulldog at A3 size, so 12 by 16. This guy, I'm actually doing it a smaller size. Now, I've aimed for him to be about A4, so about 8 by 11 inches. But I might actually end up cropping him to more square once we get him framed, once he's finished. But yeah, while I'm working on him, let's do maybe a little time lapse as I build up some of the fur around the eye. As I'm building up the fur around this eye, I'm focusing on working in the direction of the fur. So here you can see I'm kind of curving it around in different directions and always making sure that I'm blending, making sure, you know, that eyelid is blended out. It's looking like it's rounding down and into the eye. We've got a drooping eyelid, so we're trying to capture that kind of 3D look. Now, with this paper, it's on the Fabriano Artistico Hot Press watercolour paper, 640 GSM, which I always use for my artworks. But with this paper, I am making sure that I build up a lot of layers, but really softly and lightly. So this will take a while to build up how I want it to look. And I'm mixing and blending all these different blue tones and brown tones. I'm looking at my reference photo and kind of really seeing the different colours that are under there. So I'm using like my umbers, my blues, my walnut browns, the cold greys, dark indigos, all those colours that are just going to help build everything up. When I want those darkest darks, like above this eye that I'm working on now, I'm going in with the Derwent Drawing Ivory Black. This I've found is one of the darkest blacks that we can use with the with how opaque it is. So if you struggle to get your darks really dark, even by building up lots of layers, I definitely recommend the Derwent Drawing Ivory Black. As I'm building everything up, the more layers I have, the easier it is to use that slice tool. When you're using the waxier pencils, they create a fabulous base to work on top of. But yeah, this is just a repeating process going back and forth as I build up the eye to this St. Bernard. Or the fur around the eye, should I say. I haven't done any filming or any more filming of this piece, but I just thought I would show you where I've got up to. So I've done a good few hours on this piece this afternoon now. Let me just move her down a bit. And you can see I've got quite a lot of her drawn in. So you should really be starting to see that tricolour of the St. Bernard. And how we started bringing in all the details of the white fur overlapping the darker fur, which I've done using the slice tool, and I hope to actually have a tutorial on the slice tool very soon. So as I keep working on this piece, my plan is to actually do the ear next, get this side of her face drawn in, kind of come across, do this side, and then do her nose and then her body or her neck. Now with the neck, I'm actually going to be doing like a faded look to the neck. So if I remember, or if you guys want me to film how I'm doing that kind of faded look, so it looks like it's fading into the paper, let me know. But yeah, I am really pleased with the progress for the end of today. It's the weekend tomorrow, so I will probably film for one more day. So then it's been a week, and then I'll have to edit the vlog, which obviously you will be watching. It's actually Sunday now. I didn't get to the framers yesterday, but I have done more of my St. Bernard piece, so I'm going to give you an update before I finish the vlog here. I've actually also started filming my next YouTube tutorial video, so I'm going to hopefully get a couple more of those filmed before I start uploading them, but really excited to get the tutorials back on here. But yeah, let me show you the St. Bernard. So a little close-up so that you can see all the little details. Started work on the right hand side of her face, and if I zoom you out a bit, and you can see all the pencils there. So yeah, she's really coming together, but this is where I'm going to end the vlog on this gorgeous dog, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you have liked the video, it really helps the channel out. Leave any comments of what you'd like to see down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. But yes, I will see you all in the next one. Bye everybody.